let's actually take a look at this. Question 9 during testing, and it actually called it out, but it probably already knew, which is like, it said the third question in scenario 3 will almost certainly test information provenance. What happens to source attribution as it flows through the pipeline? And I think more or less, it's actually true. During the testing, you observe that the synthesis agent frequently needs to verify specific claims while combining findings. So now we have this. So currently, when verification is needed? All right, so let's go ahead and break it down. I can't say for certain, but I think your initial assumption was right. That this is the third question for scenario 3. So during testing, you observe that the synthesis agent frequently needs to verify specific claims when combining findings. Now, in the first video for scenario 3, we already covered this, but I'm going to ask it to define again. Can you go ahead and define synthesis agent again, and what is the synthesis agent, and what does it do? What's its core function? All right, so now we've broken down the questions some more. I think we are doing a better job than this, because it's just like, this is just so blotchy. Take a look at it, like, okay, like after running the system, like, and it actually says this, like during a testing, and it has this, and it's just this whole freaking thing. Like we actually, I think ours is a little bit better, right? So like, I'm gonna go back over here, where it says verify. I try to go ahead and green it up wherever the heck I can too. Okay, and bold it, maybe that makes for a better thing. So currently, the verification is needed. The synthesis agent returns control to the which invokes the web search agent, then it re-invokes. Okay. For the second part of the question, it says that currently, when verification is needed, the synthesis agent returns control to the coordinator. What do you mean it returns control to the coordinator? Which invokes, what are we talking about when I mean invokes? Are we talking about trigger, like this happens and then this happens? Or are we talking about invokes as if it's a trigger? And then when we're talking about re-invoke synthesis with results, are we talking about like an additional trigger prompted from a previous trigger? Increases latency. So I'm assuming latency means a lag, right? It means like, because I understand latency in terms of like, when we do YouTube video editing, there is the how you hear the words coming out of my mouth, but you can see that my lip movement is not synced to the words that are coming. Or do we mean latency in terms of like a lag? Never freaking assume anything. All right, your evaluation shows that 85% of these verifications are simple fact checks, dates, names, statistics, while 15% require deeper investigation. What's the most effective approach to reduce overhead while maintaining system reliability? When we're talking about reducing overhead, are we talking about reducing costs? Because I'm assuming that if we increase latency, we're just burning more tokens. Is that a safe assumption? Because I'm assuming like the 15% that require deeper investigations, those deeper investigations are costing us more money because it's requiring us to take additional steps, which means we're burning more tokens. Okay, so give the synthesis agent a scope to verify fact. I don't know what a verify underscore fact is. Just like with the previous questions, I'm going to need explainers on why the right answers are the right answers and why the wrong answers are the wrong answers. I'm also going to need additional definition for, it says like answer D. Web search agent proactively cache extra content. What do we mean talking about cache extra content? So you see here, like we copied and pasted the stuff in. So blotchy, right? So I have this. So I'm going to take all of this right now. Add a little divider right here. It's my life. Working 24/7. People keep on asking me, like, Rich, why do you work so much? You ever watch Game of Thrones? In this case, the White Walkers is AI. It's coming for all of us. You know? It's coming. No, it's fine. I enjoy working. Oh my gosh, if I had this when I was in college. Now we're ready for scenario 6. Alright, so we're going to take all this. Copy this onto the clipboard. Come back over here, paste this bad boy down. Now I have all this information to review. I'm going to get ready to study some more. And then, because these concepts are all new, so I'm going to actually have to like kind of dig in a little bit more. And good news here is we got the stop writing every request to the coordinator. We got this right now. Okay, so now we can go ahead and start moving over to 6, which basically has all these other questions. 6 is going to be very interesting because like this is actually not listed in the exam guide. So yeah, this is actually very interesting. So we're going to be breaking this thing up a little bit more. But it is 11:39 in the p.m. So with that said, I am going to go ahead and actually, I think, take a shower, go ahead and call it a night. If I have a little bit more energy, maybe I'll go ahead and record another one. But like, once I actually have all this down, I'm going to have, let's just stick with the game plan. We're just going to keep cutting this thing through.